All righty. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for having us and thank you for joining tonight's session. You're going to learn how to get a yes to your loan request. So we're going to be turning those lender requirements into a strong, approvable application. I know on the last session, if you all were able to join, we had touched on some of the things that lenders are looking for, and now we're here to help you build that strategy and tell you a few of the things and the roles of the process. So James will be leading the session tonight. Feel free to drop any questions into the chat. You can utilize the Q&A portion as well. And or if you want to send them directly to me, that is fine too. So I'll be monitoring the chat. We'll have a survey for you all to fill out, but I'm going to let James take it away.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I hope you guys are having a happy Friday, Junior. Just welcome again to how to get a yes to your loan request. And today's about how you respond to the thinking of what the lenders are thinking. So we aren't just talking about paperwork. We're talking about turning lenders' requirement into strong, approvable applications that helps your business thrive. We're moving beyond just checklists and into strategies, how to put together a loan package that actually moves. So this is like my colleague said, this is a workshop that's educational, not a loan approval, right? Every lending decision depends on the full package that's reviewed, and business developers can never guarantee a yes. We can't do What we can do is become a strong, make your application stronger, more competitive applicant. So when you do go into underwriting, you're able to get that yes. And before we do diving into it, just want to take this moment to introduce ourselves and our role. All right. My name is James Johnson. As you guys can see, I'm here along with my colleague, Jasmine Ford. We're business developers associates here at FSC First. So our job is to support entrepreneurs like yourself, right, who are ready for the growth and to take the next step into building their business. And many are still figuring out the finer details needed to secure the loan approvals. So we focus on progress and believe that access to capitals start with access to information. So we work together. As we work together, it's important to understand the standards we uphold as a mission-driven lenders. All right. So FSC First, we are CDFI, a community development financial institutions. What does this mean? This means we are mission driven, but we are also relegated and accountable to funders and credit standards. Our role is to provide guidance and support, not to bend the rules. So now that you know a little bit about us and what we do, we're going to look at where you currently stand and where currently most of you guys are in the process or will become in the process. So it's helpful to see the bigger picture of where you are in our workflow, right? So whether you're just starting your research or preparing for submission, understanding the why behind each step will help you move forward faster. And like I mentioned earlier, as of right now, you're currently, or most of you guys are currently in the inquiry or in the application phase, which, in my point of view, is arguably the most crucial step in the entire journey. So understanding where you sit in the lending cycle allows you to anticipate what underwriters we need next and help prevent unnecessary delays. So our role is to guide you through each milestone so you never feel lost in the paperwork. So there's three steps we do take into this process, which, like I mentioned, is the inquiry/application phase where you're talking to us, the business developers, and preparing you for underwriting, where they look through your credits and then a more thorough understanding of your application before you then move into closing, which consists of the legal aspect of it and I believe everybody's favorite part, the funding parts. So you might be wondering exactly what is our role, and I'm going to explain more of our role in each in this stage, the application stage. So our business development team acts as the first line of support. and primary advocates for your business. We help refine your package, ensure it aligns with lending philosophy, and advocates for your business so it moves forward into underwriting. Our role is to help put your best foot forward before underwriters see those files. We do not approve loans, like I mentioned, but we do prepare them for underwritings. So we'll provide the information, we'll do a review of your documentations, and like I said, we advocate for your business to the underwriters. So you got to think of us as your internal partners. We want to catch small issues early so that when you do go into underwriting, there's no issues there at all. Our role is to bridge the gaps between the entrepreneurs like yourself, your vision, and the technical requirements of the lenders. So this work is guided by a specific philosophy we call the full package approach. And just again, like my colleague said, if you do have any question, please don't hesitate to put that in the group chat, in the chat. So at FSC First, our lending philosophy is built on transparency and partnerships. With it's phone call, emails, however you want to communicate, and make sure that we know all information that we need to know about your business. We understand things do happen, right? We look for ways to say yes by identifying strength in your business models while working with you to mitigate any risk. We believe small businesses are the backbone of our communities. Every loan is viewed as a long-term relationship and not as a short-term relationship. So we stay with you from the inquiry stage to the underwriting all the way to the closing. And even beyond that, we still reach out to you, whether it's annually or semi-annually. So not a we also look at this as for the human elements behind it because you guys create the business. It is your business. So we want to understand that relationship as well. And that's why the first interaction we do tend to have is like a Zoom call. So we can have that visual understanding of each other. So what is a startup? FSC First, we are a startup friendly, meaning your business has been operating for 1 to 3 years of operations, right? And require full documentation before you then get that yes to your loan. The first rule of this philosophy is non-negotiable, right? And this brings me to the full package rule, which is the most important technical requirement. The full package rule, a lender cannot make a decision on an incomplete story. Without a complete package, we're essentially looking at an unfinished puzzle, basically. So when everything is submitted together, it allows us to see the full, vibrant picture of your business potentials. Right? So I'm going to go down and explain what is a complete package, incomplete package, and financial consistency. So a complete package move forward into review when every requirement document is present. Us as business developers conduct a continuous uninterrupted analysis. This is your fast track to decision. A complete file signals that you're organized and you're ready for that investment with this loan process. So we go through all your documentation, make sure all your information are accurate, so then we can move into underwriting. An incomplete package allows for a pause or delay in the process. We can now move a file to underwriting if there is a gap in the story or we're missing financial proof. And a pause usually leads to a loss of momentum. And we all know that in business, time is money. So our goal is to help ensure that your file never leads to that pause or that delay. And to get a clear global view of your financials, all documentations must end in the same month and year. So consistency allows underwriters to compare performance accurately. And when numbers don't align, it creates a confusion and a delay in the whole process. So we want to make sure that your financial tells a clear and consistent stories. So the most crucial part of that package is your financial evidence, starting with your business history. We want to know about your business history. The numbers are like the evidence of your hard work. So the business history shows um, where you've been and how you've navigated growth and challenges that you have faced throughout the years. It builds like a track record of reliability that gives lenders confidence in your future. And these three documentation, your business tax, your interim information, and a file extension requirement. So we require a three full year of business tax return, which can be from 2022 to 2024, or right now from 2023 to 2025. This window allows us to access performance across multiple economic conditions. If there are any anomalies, that's okay. It's okay. We work together to provide context behind what happened. We also request your 2025 year end and 2026 interim profit and loss and balance sheets. The tax return shows the past, but your interim statement shows how your business is performing as of right now. If your most recent tax return is not finalized, we then require a copy of your file extension, and this ensures compliance and keeps your business file moving forward. So your business history does matter, but so does your personal financial statements, your personal financial health. So we'll move to your personal history. In small business lending, the owners and the business are closely connected. We review personal financial history to understand the strength of the guarantor supporting the loan and to access global financial help. And just like your business history, we require 3 years of your personal tax return. So we can verify your household income and calculate debt to income ratios. And this helps ensure the loan structure fits your situations. We then also require a signed PFS, which is your personal financial statement. It is a core requirement. It lists your assets and your liabilities and provides us a snapshot of your personal net worth and your liquidity. A signature on the PFS is required. It is a legal declaration of readiness. And please note that joint personal financial statements or PFS it is required for married applicants. This is a standard practice of household as part of the global cash flow analysis. Household asset also are often shared and may be considered in credit review. This approach also consists with the SBA lending guidelines, which often requires spouses' financial disclosure depending on ownership structures, guarantors, and application states. Beyond the financial history, we also look at what you are willing to put into your business. Like I've stated already, this is an investment. So that jumps into our equity injections. So our equity injections, right? It basically just gives you and shows you where that you have skin in the game. So equity injection is the cash or assets you contribute towards the project. It is a powerful signal of commitment in your partnerships. And equity requirements for startup businesses. And for businesses as well, we usually ask for a minimum of 10% equity injection. And for startup businesses, it's up to 20%. It's up to 20%. And you probably may ask, why does the percentage matters? So equity provides a safety net. It reduces risk. It builds trust with the underwriters, with the business developers, and demonstrates confidence in your business. Right. So we're gonna take a quick break and have a survey question for you guys. And if you guys have any further questions, we can answer some of them as of right now.
Alrighty. So I am getting the results in. When you're done, you can drop a one in the chat for me, please. And thank you. So far we have 7 completed. We have a few more to go. And I'm trying my best to answer the questions as we go along so that you don't forget them later on in the session. So thank you for your patience and don't forget to drop those ones in the chat.
Right. Make sure you guys are dropping the ones in the chat so that we can move on. And I'll give everybody about 30 to 40 seconds. So then, okay. So the next phase, now we are going into some of the requirements, such as your resume, right? As a business development, we don't just lend to businesses based on your spreadsheets. We lend to people, we lend to the people. Your experience tells us where we can where you can execute the plan or whether you can execute the plan. So your resume, your experiences, all has to align. So professional resumes are required for all owners if you have 20% or more ownership of the business. This helps verifies management capability and operational readiness, as well as your relevant experience to the business itself, lowers the risk and increases confidence to the lenders. Our job is to help you connect your background to your business plan. And if there are limited experiences, show us your team. So if you're entering a new industry, show us your advisors, show us the consultant, show us key staffs that can bridge that experience gap so that we can move on with the process. So your experiences explains a lot about your past, but your projections explains about your future. And we're jumping to the projections now. So your projections are your voice when you're not in the room. They explain how this loan leads to growth and profitability. So now we move to what I call the most empowering part of the application, your financial projections. If tax returns are the history books, then your projections are your business plans in numbers. And they are truly your voice, like I stated, when you're not in the room. So you can explain your vision for it. So when lenders see that, they look at your projection, they can understand your business. They understand what you're doing. And to make that voice clear, we require 2 years of financial forecast. For the first year, we need to see a month by month breakdown of each dollar amount. This isn't just to see the end results, but to understand the seasonality and the ramp up period of your business. We want to see exactly how you plan to deploy the loan capital and how quickly that investment begins to generate a return. And alongside that, we require a 12-month cash flow statement. This is crucial because, as the saying goes, profit is a theory, but cash is a fact. We need to ensure that your business has the actual liquidity to cover its operational cost and debt services every single month, not just at the end of the year. The numbers themselves are only half the theory. The most important part of this document is the written assumptions. And lenders look very, very in details on these written assumptions. So if you projected a 20% increase in your revenue, it needs to tell us why. Why you're hiring a new salesman, for example. Are you launching a new marketing campaign? A written assumption provides the logic behind the math itself, behind those numbers. It provides to the underwriters that your numbers aren't just guesses, but they are calculated plans based on the marketing reality. When your assumptions are detailed and data-driven, it builds confidence that you have a firm grasp on your business future. So your projections, the 2-year projections, the 12-month cash flow statement, and your rating assumption. And I cannot emphasize on those projections and those rating assumptions. These projections shows us what you plan to do, but they lead us directly to the technical question the creditors and the lenders must answer. Does your business have the capacity to handle this new debt? So capacity asks whether your business can breathe after paying its bills. Our goal isn't just to get you a loan, but to get you a loan that acts as a ladder for growth and not a weight that holds you down. So if you have any previous loans, line of credits, or whatsoever, we ask for that business debt schedule to see those numbers. And we want to make sure that you're cash flowing. And our target debt service coverage ratio is 1.2. So if you're hitting that mark and above, you're cash flowing. So once we have all these pieces, we can move to the final assembly, which is structuring your loan request. So structuring the loan request, this is where we get creative. We look at the total projection cost and then we determine the best loan program and the terms that fits you and fits your business. So we focus on right sizing the request so the loan matches your specific business cycle and your needs. So the specific use of funds is breaking down. So what is this funds being used to? How is it being used? Making sure that, for example, your Maryland certificate of good standing, making sure that your executive summary, your business plan tells us a story. So as we go to the latter end of this presentation on how to get a yes to your loans, these are a few takeaways that I would suggest is best fit for you. So remember the 3 pillars is to be complete, to be consistent, to be communicative, because the full package rule is your best friend for a fast decision. High quality evidence and a clear narrative makes it easier for us and the lenders to support your vision. Like I said earlier, we advocate to the lenders for your business. So make sure you're fund ready and we fund readiness, not just ideas. Business development, we prepare you for underwriting. And your equity injections and your projections strengthen those our voice to the lenders so you can be able to get that yes that you're seeking for. So these takeaways are like your roadmap from inquiry stage or the application stage to the loan closing. And so where do we go from here? The next step is to really review the documentation that you have right now and definitely reach out to me, my colleague, and our business development team so we can start the conversation and get you loan ready. We are your partners in this process, and we look forward to helping you crossing that finish line and getting that yes to the loan that you're looking for.
And in addition to that, for the next session, so we are doing quite a few sessions about loan readiness. So last week there was one about collateral. This week we're talking about how to get a yes. And next week we're going to be doing the business basics and understanding those financial statements. So your cash flow, your P&L, your balance sheets, all of that. You're going to be joined by an amazing facilitator, Maria Randall. She is a powerhouse. If you need a lady to know what to do and what to look for, she's your lady. This session will be taking place the same time as this session. So it'll be next Thursday from 6 to 8. Actually, I take that back. Not 6 to 8. It's going to be 12 to 2 p.m. So I'm sorry about that. But we'll make sure we send that in a recap email so that you all can go ahead and sign up and continue learning. If you all have any questions, please continue dropping them in the chat. I know this may have been a lot for some people, but we'll be sending out the recording. We'll send out the templates that I had mentioned and dropped in the chat, any inquiry forms, our contact information, and in addition to this, the slide deck so that you can review it and refer to this when you have questions. And we're here to help support you. And thank you for being here with us tonight. Well, James, well, look at that. I guess we answered all of the questions. Well, thank you all again for being with us, and we'll be sending that email out to you tomorrow morning. It may come from Samuel, who is our marketing and project coordinator, so he'll probably be sending that out, but he'll be sure to CC all of us and include our information. So we want to thank you again, and we look forward to working with each of you. Have a great night.